Okay, so hi, my name is Dean, and welcome to my talk called The Ocean's Planet. So, first of all, what is an ocean? An ocean is a very large expanse of water, which is categorized by geographical divisions. Now, this may seem fairly simple, but an ocean is so much more than that. On the slide is a chart of the biggest oxygen producers in each major natural way. Go ahead and take a guess. Which do you think is ocean plants? Which do you think is terrestrial plants like trees? Many of you may think that that large yellow circle over there is trees or terrestrial plants. Well, that'd be wrong. And when you count up all the ocean makes, it's a shocking 70% of oxygen produced on Earth. Could you imagine the Earth without 70% of its oxygen? Because I couldn't. And when you look at trees, they only make up 28% of all oxygen produced on Earth. But something very interesting on the slide pops up. So, phytoplankton. They are a very rare thing to be said or talked about in school. So, what exactly are they? When mentioning the name phytoplankton, many of you may think of the SpongeBob character. And while he may seem evil, phytoplankton are the exact opposite. Phytoplankton are small, microscopic marine algae that photosynthesize. But unlike most plants, these phytoplankton can actually move. Most of them drift with the ocean current, but some of them can actually move under their own steam. So there's obviously a cycle. Phytoplankton get their energy from the sun, but like all plants and animals, they need nutrients. That's where whales come in what is called the whale pump. Now, the whale pump starts off at the first step at the great whale conveyor belt. That is when whales move to their new feeding habitat. The whales then release nitrogen-rich urea, which is important for phytoplankton growth. Then the phytoplankton and whales do something really interesting. The phytoplankton are eaten by the whales. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, but this is actually the most important step. Phytoplankton, when they get to too abundant numbers, they create harmful algae blooms, also known as HABs. These are extremely toxic and can kill off entire marine ecosystems instantly. So the whales also regulate the population, and then they dive to eat food and surface to breathe, releasing a fecal matter which is rich with iron. As an extra bonus, the whales also have a huge amount of carbon in their carcass, supporting marine life for decades. Every other breath you take is reliant on whales. Because of this direct relationship between phytoplankton and whales, over 50% of Earth's oxygen is made. So what can you do to help? Protect whales, and by extension, us. This means stop whale hunting, reduce plastics, and be eco-friendly. Now, these are huge terms which are thrown around needlessly, but what do they actually mean for individuals? Well, whale hunting is still happening throughout the world. Over 1,000 whales are killed each year in whaling hunts. The International Commission on Whaling's ban must be followed by every nation, including Japan, which has killed a massive 1 million whales since the 1930s. 1 million whales. Could you imagine the amount of oxygen we missed out on because of these whales? I sure couldn't. And pet food. This is critically important. Whale bits have been found in Japanese and Norwegian pet food companies. So check your pet food and dog treat label, because this is not an issue of the past. Reduce plastics. Now, there's another broad term that you have heard on your entire life. But what exactly does it mean? Start to cut out your single-use plastics in your home, whether this is plastic water bottles, utensils. Use a more sustainable option. Also, these plastics can kill whales in 3 major ways. First of all, entanglement. This is when whales or their fins are caught on pieces of plastic or fishing gear, and they're then killed. The next is bioaccumulation. This is when the whale's prey has eaten or interacted with plastics, resulting in a toxic chemical buildup inside the prey. The whales then eat their prey, and the chemicals accumulate inside the whale, killing them. The last is ingestion. This is the typical way one would think whales are killed, by eating plastics. This is especially present for baleen whales because they gulp large amounts of water and then digest it. So be eco-friendly. Another term you all have heard countless times, but don't really know what it means. So for electricity, this means using clean electric cars, clean electric stoves, and other clean electricity. Second, conserve water. You're probably using way too much water and you don't really need it. For example, in a garden, grass takes up a lot of water, but rocks and succulents take up way less and protect our environment. Third is solar panels. Now, this may seem as an expensive and unaffordable option, but in reality, in the past 30 years, solar panels have dropped to less than 3% of their original price. And with these growing technological advancements, this price is only getting reduced. Take the initiative. This is the most important step. This means getting up to beach cleanups, talking to your friends, advocating on social media, everything. Do everything in your power to make sure all of these steps are being taken. I took the initiative by creating One Whale, an environmental conservation organization that protects whales in 3 major ways: education, conservation, and research. We sell merch on our store and donate all the profits to whales in need and protecting whales' environment. But your action doesn't have to be that big. Talk to your friends, acquaintances, families, do everything to try and reduce our carbon footprint on Earth. So put yourself in next generation's shoes and think to yourself if you want to be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. Remember, we only have one Earth, so let's protect it. Thank you.